Hey yo, what is good everybody? This is your boy Chad bringing y'all another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Biden's new press secretary on testing the Delta variant. So she's like having a press conference again. I don't know what happened to Jen Psaki. I guess she circled around so much he circled on out of there and they put someone else in. And a part of me is like, it's a black woman, and I don't want them, making the black lady look bad, because she's not gonna have the answers either. But because she's black, maybe they can't get onto her. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna go down that path. But in this video, we see Biden's press secretary, and I'm gonna play it on the screen here in just a second, but I'm just gonna explain a little bit. The press is asking her questions about the Delta variant, like, how do you guys test that COVID is the Delta variant versus just regular COVID? How do you know, that that's the dominant strain in the area, and different things like that? And it doesn't make a lot of sense. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll the clip now, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Kareem, how do you test that is the Delta variant, that COVID is the Delta variant?
I don't understand the question.
Well, how do you test when that it's the dominant strain in the area, when people just test whether they're COVID positive?
Well, we don't test it. We listen to public health and scientists, and they tell us that it's the Delta variant.
Can they explain their process for that?
I don't even understand. Why would they explain?
Explain their process of how they're determining it's the Delta variant.
I mean, that's what they are telling us. I laid out I laid out how contagious it was, and I laid out why we needed to act on the Delta variant. I laid out
but a lot of
why.
the answers we get is because they say so, without a lot of.
Well, they're the experts. It's not just they. These are scientists. These are experts. I just said that. Hold on one second. I just said that Dr. Lewinsky said just recently, in her 20-year career, she had never seen a variant that was so contagious. So this is 20 years of her career.
All right, man. So you saw that. Now, just off rip, like the elephant in the room, the crazy part about any of this is the fact that these people don't even question what these scientists and experts are saying. Last time I checked, just like the video I dropped just a second ago, the whole COVID thing, right? The scientists and stuff have been so wish-washy and so back and forth on all of these different scientific claims, and the experts said this and they say that, and it's just becoming like, you guys don't know what's happening either. You guys are just listening to what you're being told and following it. It's like they're taking everything as in, they're using a good faith argument, like, well, it's coming from them, so in good faith, they must have our best interests at heart. So because it came from them in good faith, we're going to tell you all this just because they must have told us what's correct. So the first question she asked, and when I ask these questions, I'm going to put when they ask it on the screen and her answer, right? So how do you test that COVID is the Delta variant?
Kareem, how do you test that is the Delta variant, that COVID is the Delta variant?
And she says, I don't know what you mean.
I don't understand the question.
Well, how do you test?
So, off rip, that's a pretty straightforward question. How do you test that COVID is the Delta variant? All right. Now, I have been saying this for so long. I said this Delta variant and stuff, it's imaginary, because COVID's COVID. Doesn't matter what variant it is. You feel me? The flu is the flu. It doesn't matter if it's mutated. It doesn't matter if it's a variant. It's still the flu. COVID was just as contagious then as it is now with this Delta variant, right? The only thing, I'm just going to say this early so I don't, forget to say at the end of the video, but the only thing that this Delta variant is, it's Fear 2.0. They said, well, people were locked down in COVID, we tried to get the vax out, and now, people are going back to their normal lives, but they want more control over your mind, your body. So they're like, okay, it's Delta 2.0, it's Delta variant, which means COVID 2.0, more contagious, more deadly. Even if you had the vax, this will wreak havoc across the nation. So we're going to make sure that we fearmonger people. And like I said, you know, God is not the author of fear. He's also not the author of confusion. So you got to just trust God to get you through this. You don't need to keep listening to these people. You feel me? Anyways, off my soapbox, getting off my high horse and getting back to the video. So then the next question they asked, how do you know that the dominant strain is the Delta variant in that area?
When that it's the dominant strain in the area when people just test whether they're COVID positive.
And she says, we don't test. We just listen to what the public health and scientists tell us is the Delta variant.
We don't test it. We listen to public health and scientists, and they tell us that it's the Delta variant.
So the public health and scientists just say, COVID's going crazy, Delta variant. And they just say, we don't test it ourselves. Our own government says these words, because she's Biden's press secretary, so she speaks for Biden. She literally says, we don't test for it. We just listen to the public health officials and scientists. Now, if this Delta variant is brand new, what could the health professionals or scientists say of any value without proper research to determine that, okay, this is Delta? Like, you can't just take what people are telling. Like, I get the government, like I said, this is another good faith argument. Because they said, you know, the health officials and scientists are telling us the truth, we just have to listen full force and just go with what they're telling us. No, even our own government needs to question these things. You feel me? Like, it doesn't make sense. Any good leader would question other people, and they will also get multiple opinions. And on top of that, who are these public health and scientists? I know she named one in the video. She said 20 years. There's been one for 20 years and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, okay, so we listening to one lady and whatever she says is just law? No. What is she talking about? Then they say, have they explained the process for how they can determine that this dominant strain is the Delta, right?
It's the Delta variant.
Explain their process for that.
I don't even understand. Why would they explain?
Explain their process of how they're determining it's the Delta variant.
I mean, that's what they are telling us.
And the press secretary's like, I don't understand. Why would they explain? And that's the whole, basically, I know I've probably been saying the same thing this whole video, but, you know, at this point, I have to beat the dead horse just to get the point across. How are they going to say, have they explained the process? How is she going to ask, have they explained the process for how they determine that this dominant strain is the Delta right now? And the words that literally come out her mouth is, I don't understand why they would explain.
I don't even understand. Why would they explain?
Them explaining how they know this dominant strain is Delta would be a key factor in really knowing if we need to be on lockdown 2.0, if we need to go back to mask mandates, if people who have been vaccinated can continue living their free life. Now it's turned in people who are vaccinated and unvaccinated, the same people. People who have the vax can still get this Delta variant, still spread it, and still get sick. And it's like, them explaining how they know this strain is the Delta will help determine if we need to even be on lockdown again. Instead, they're like, why would they explain that to us? They're the health professionals. We just listen.
I mean, that's what they are telling us.
No. They need to see the problem with this public health and stuff, and these scientists is they like to do their stuff and just tell us, yeah, they do this. When it's like, you are playing with people's health, lives, livelihood, all that. You need to explain to us what's going on. And I don't want to hear, well, it's so complicated. We can't explain it. Explain it anyway. There are smart people out there who can digest what's going on and spit it back to other people in a 5th grade reading level type of way. You ever had someone that's like, explain this to me, and they're like, I don't really understand it that way. Dumb it down for me. Okay. Our government can literally say, well, you know, we talk with the scientists, and what they do is they test here at the COVID sites. They determine based off what they see that this is a different blah, blah, blah. Instead, they're just like, why would they explain it to us? We just follow what they tell us. We're just sheep. We just let our master, our shepherd, lead us to the slaughter. But these are the people in charge, right?
Come on, man.
And the reporter at the end, her exact thing, you know what's funny about these reporters? You know, they wanted to give Trump all the hard questions, right? Then when Biden came into office, they were given, here's a softball, Biden. Here you go, Kamala. Here's the airplane, Jen Psaki. Here you go. Here's some questions beforehand, Jen Psaki. Biden, here you go. We're going to put it on a golden platter. And then, now that people see what's really going on, that this administration is not doing their job, they're causing more harm than good, they're ruining people's livelihoods, they're not giving a straight answer, it's a lot of lies going on, it's a lot of confusion. God's not the author of confusion, like I keep saying. Now they're asking the tough questions. So the lady's like, you know, most answers we get is because they said so.
The answers we get is because they say so, without a lot of.
Well, they're the experts. It's not just they. These are scientists. These are experts. Said that Dr. Lewinsky said just recently in her 20-year career, she had never seen a variant that was so contagious.
And she's like, they're the experts. They're the scientists. And it's like, she names one scientist. Sorry for being a dead horse, but it's just like, when are we going to start questioning these scientists? Because there's been a lot of wish-washy science. It's a lot of trust the science. But yet, when they tell us, okay, trust this science that we just made. A week later, this science is wrong. And now they're saying, well, trust this science we did. A month later, this science is wrong. Then they say, well, trust this science. Then this science is wrong. Then it's trust this science. Then this science is wrong. And it's got people around here like, what am I even doing any of this for? Like, what's really going on? While us people who've been trying to tell people they're playing you all, this is an experiment to see who would listen to authority and who won't question anything, who will let people control them, and they just go along with what they're told. This is all that is. I've said it on my Instagram, and I'm going to say it here again. All COVID really did prove, all the COVID vaccines and all that did prove, it's not been about health. It hasn't been about stopping the spread. It's all been about who will listen to what they're told, not question it, no matter if they switch up their argument, if they change the claims, if they say this works, but then it really doesn't, if they can go flip-flop back and forth as much as possible, who will still do what they're told, not question it, and be a sheep being led to the slaughter. And that's all this COVID has taught me. My whole lesson from COVID is put my faith in God, not man, do my own research, don't listen to theirs, and definitely don't trust the science unless we have multiple opinions and they're upfront explaining to us what's going on, not saying, why would they explain anything to us? Why are we questioning? But anyways, man, you know, I hope I didn't repeat myself too much in this video, but, you know, if you're watching this video, then you kind of already think on the same page as me, and you definitely see from the video, like, this is just gone, like, too far. I know I say it's going too far a lot, but this is just too far once again. But yeah, man, leave your comments down below if you have any, and as always, it's been your boy Chad, and I'm out. Peace.